September 3rd, 1884. My darling Katie, thank you for your last letter. I am thrilled the Mormon tea I sent you has been working so well. Dr. and Mrs. Frisbee are the dearest angels and have taken such good care of you while I've been away. I'm ever so grateful to them, but you must inform them they cannot under any circumstances adopt you, dearest. Not only are you 23 years old, but you'd still be in New York, and that would completely defeat the purpose of my coming to Frisco in the first place. Besides, I'd miss you more than I could bear. Which is why it gives me so much exquisite pleasure to inform you I have finally finished the last 2 evening gowns for Madame Shansing. Dinner dress for Madame Shansing's eldest daughter. This dinner dress is made from a rich wine velvet and cream lace. Since Madame Shansing's daughters are beginning their London season in February, I chose a very thick velvet for warmth. The front of this dinner gown has the tailored structure from the velvet, but drips with layers and layers of Irish point embroidered lace for a more feminine touch. The gown is embellished with silk roses, and I created a pretty fan from the same lace for a matching accessory. The back of the gown is fairly simple, being mostly velvet, with 2 pleated flounces at the base of the jacket for embellishment. The train is a full train and can be tied up into a triple French bustle, creating a lovely waterfall effect down the back of the gown. Ball gown for Madame Shansing's youngest daughter. This is a ball gown in the Ottoman style. It is made of silk, velvet, and various kinds of lace. The colors I chose for this dress are a deep emerald green velvet with sage-colored silk and lace. The back of this gown has a lace-up back, as well as a medium-long train. The train is embellished with a cluster of silk roses and is hemmed with rows of various delicate lace. The bodice hugs just below the shoulders and is trimmed with 2 different kinds of lace. It is a basque waist. The overskirt is draped and removable. The front of the dress is embellished with silk roses and delicate embroidery on the side skirt panels. Her daughters leave for London next month and will begin their season there just after Christmas. I cannot describe the immense satisfaction I felt yesterday after handing over the last bit of money I owed Mr. Gambit. I took special care with my dress and toilette, so I looked quite afternoonified for the meeting. I wore my cornflower suit with a back shelf bustle, a veiled bonnet, and Josephine's curls. I've found the right clothes can act something like armor in situations such as these, preemptively warding off unwanted attacks. Mr. Gambit didn't look pleased in the least when I visited him at his office. In all honesty, that may have been the most satisfying part for me. At any rate, he no longer has any hold over me that the law can support. Not that he ever really did, despite what he insisted to the contrary. After I paid him, he bubbled around a bit, but thankfully I've had Miss Lottie by my side during each payment and had the forethought to insist she and Mr. Gambit both sign a receipt for money paid in case he decides to try anything. I believe we can agree he's more than proven himself capable of such roguish behavior. After I paid Mr. Gambit, I went directly to Honey Craven's place. She owns the tea house and diner just off the corner of Main Street and 4th. I paid her the first and last month's rent on a little vacant shop next door. I've had my eye on it since I first arrived in Frisco. Honey owns it, along with a set of lovely rooms above it. She promised them to me for you and me to live in as soon as you arrive. That will include room and board for only $2 more a month. 2 meals a day for us both, taken down in her lovely little tea house. After securing my dress shop, I took a wagon straight to the railway facility just outside of town. I've already written to remind Dr. Frisbee of his promise to escort you to Frisco himself if I could ever provide you with a ticket. Well, here it is, my Katie. One of them at least. It is good for a trip from Salt Lake City to Frisco. I know you could have easily purchased your tickets along the way, but I couldn't help myself. I've had the morbs of late, darling, and purchasing your ticket to Frisco has cheered me immensely. Please inform Dr. Frisbee I will wire money for the rest of your journey today. What a strange and unexpected adventure I've had out here in the West. Nothing has turned out the way I planned, yet I am far more satisfied with the outcome than I ever imagined I could be. Providence spared me from marrying a scoundrel, and I met dreamy Mr. Hickman and ever so many other interesting people. I'm actively opening my own dress shop now, and soon you will be here to share it all with me. Whoever believed things could work out so perfectly? I will own there were moments I wasn't sure if I'd ever be able to send for you, let alone dare to. Frisco is so wild. But thanks to Mr. Hickman's suggestion, there is finally a bona fide sheriff here in Frisco. You wouldn't believe the difference he has made. His name is Sheriff Samuel Pearson, and he's done a bricky job of cleaning up the town. And after only 1 month of being here, what he has done is truly nothing short of a miracle. On his first day after being sworn in, he sent a town crier around simply telling all the outlaws in Frisco to, in his words, get out or get shot. Unfortunately, there were several who didn't take his warning seriously, and by the end of Sheriff Pearson's first day, he'd been forced to kill 6 of them. The rest practically cleared out of town overnight. They've even stopped sending the dead wagon around daily. I knew Mr. Hickman would know the right man for the job. Surprisingly, Sheriff Pearson is quite a kind, soft-spoken fellow when you aren't an outlaw. His size is impressive, though. 6 feet 3 inches at least, and not in a gangly way. The man is strapping in every respect. Most importantly, he has kind eyes, kind brown eyes, which I believe are your favorite, if I remember correctly. There are some men who don't have to say much to inspire confidence, and Sheriff Pearson is one of them. You should have seen the relief on everyone's faces when he rode into town and was sworn in. I've only witnessed upright justice from him so far. He's only killed when absolutely necessary. Even then, you can see the gravity of the situation in his eyes. He's not like some men who relish killing or who have simply become callous from it. He does it because someone must do it to protect the innocent. After living in Frisco for several months now, I am thankful for men like that. Unfortunately, there will always be need for them if the West is ever to become truly civilized. Since he's been here, I haven't been afraid to get caught out in the streets after dark. I try not to make it a habit because, sheriff or no sheriff, a lady still has a reputation to uphold. But as a professional woman, I haven't been able to help the occasional evening fitting. Ever since I started work on the wardrobes for Madame Shansing's daughters, word has spread, and I am receiving requests daily for the latest in women's fashions. Some of the wealthier women are asking for completely original pieces made up before the holiday festivities begin. Those two original ball gowns designs I made for Madame Shansing's daughters have been particularly well received. Thankfully, at present, I have Esther and Abigail DeMille to assist me. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed teaching these girls to sew. But Esther is engaged to be married next month, and if word continues to spread like this, Abigail and I won't be enough to fill the demands. Mama taught you everything she knew about the dressmaking business, which makes you nearly as skilled as I am. I know you have always hated feeling left behind because of your health, but I really believe Dr. Frisbee is right, and Frisco's clean air will enable you significantly. That is precisely the reason I have a business proposition for you, my dear. I would very much like to make you my business partner. You've always had a better head for numbers than I have. You're far better mannered and cool-headed as well, as we would make a fine team. I do hope you will say yes and hurry to Frisco. I thought we might call our shop More and More Ladies Fashion Boutique. I even drew up a trade card for us. Your thoughts? More and More Ladies Fashion Boutique. More and More Ladies Fashion Boutique. Ladies' wardrobes, ready-made silks, custom ball gowns, wedding attire, millinery, and more. Visit our shop on Main Street and 4th, Frisco, Utah. Ask for Miss Lily, Clara Moore, and receive a free consultation as well as complimentary embroidered handkerchief. Your loving sister, Lily Clara.